Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar on security operations metrics that matter and how to measure them. We have a very exciting presentation on where to get started when measuring security operations performance, and specifically how the Simplify Business Intelligence powered by Tableau can take reporting and interactive analytics to a whole new level, providing virtually limitless flexibility to visualize and derive insights from data, enabling you to measure your entire security operations function, including people, process, and technologies. Before we begin, I want to let everyone know that today's session will be recorded and shared out via email where you can rewatch at your convenience. And furthermore, we will host a Q&A at the end of this presentation, so feel free to use the Zoom control panel at the bottom of your screen to ask those questions at any time, and we'll help address them. To start today, we'll cover a quick introduction, followed by why you should measure security operations, what to measure, and how to measure them. Then, as mentioned, we'll show you specifically how Simplify BI allows you to see granular details and overviews of key trends, both of which can help fuel fresh insights and result in more effective and efficient security operations. So my name is Chris, and I am a marketing manager here at Simplify. And today I am joined by Mayor, our director of product management. And
Hi,
before
everyone.
hi, Mayor. And before I hand things over and have Mayor dive into the platform, I wanted to first set the stage for what he'll be demonstrating. So jumping into security operations metrics. So first, why measure security operations? As business guru Peter Drucker famously said, you can't manage what you can't measure. And those words ring especially true in the SOC. The SOC has a great responsibility to the business as it sits as ground zero for the threat detection and response. But this can be unwieldy due to a number of challenges, including an over-reliance on manual processes, disparate sources of information and intelligence, and a lack of skills and people power to handle all the alerts and cases coming through. Because of all of these factors, metrics are critical in the SOC. They not only measure performance and progress, but can help identify patterns and set goals. So ultimately, measuring KPIs like team performance and identifying threat trends can lead to a stronger security posture with more effective and efficient processes. And really, the heart of this presentation, we set aside sort of the top 5 security operations metrics to analyze. So most of the top SOC metrics that you should be analyzing can be summed up into 3 main buckets: business-oriented metrics, operational metrics, and improvement metrics. The first KPI should come at no surprise, and that is measuring mean time to detection, or MTTD, which reflects the amount of time it takes your team to discover a potential security incident, and mean time to response, or MTTR, the time it takes to control, remediate, and eradicate a threat once it has been discovered. This all leads to mitigating dwell time, reflecting the duration from when an attacker first enters your network to the time they are removed and you have returned to a known good state. The impact of dwell time cannot be understated, as it is during this window that adversaries have unrestricted access to your environment, allowing them to not just move laterally across your network, but also the ability to commit any number of damaging actions, including data theft, network and user reconnaissance, and additional malware infections. Next is tracking the number of alerts and incidents that your team has handled. Documenting this information is an obvious bellwether metric for any SOC. Is this number increasing or decreasing? What type of tickets and cases are coming through? What are their severity levels? In addition to helping determine the overall success of your program, tracking alert and incident counts and closures may help determine false positive rates, decision-making speeds, and whether you are operating at an appropriate headcount, as well as other bottlenecks. In addition, it will allow you to pinpoint specific areas of the business from which a lopsided number of issues may be emanating. Isolating threat distribution will enable your team to help the company determine which departments may be ripe for remedies, such as additional security awareness training. You should also document who beyond the SOC was needed to respond to incidents, as well as the escalation level required and how the response played out. SIM and log data will help discern incidents, but SOAR can help centralize the work by providing full visibility into your detection tools. In addition, SOAR will help make your team more effective by lending more efficiency to your caseload. And if you're feeling inspired, you can stretch this metric to include how many alerts were closed per shift, offering a gauge of your individual team's adaptness. And this ultimately leads into analyst improvement metrics, whether they are tier 1, 2, or 3, or are grouped by functional expertise. Analysts are the bedrock of any SOC. Not only are they the frontline responders and coordinators to alerts and events, but they also bear other responsibilities for the wider organization. This includes assisting with compliance requirements, helping to establish company-wide security policies, and staying up to date on the latest threats. Be sure to create individual metrics that can track your analyst's progress and determine their composite impact. For example, which tier 1 analysts are most commonly escalating to tier 2 analysts? This can help identify analyst performance, capacity issues, and analysts who may require additional training. Additionally, there is handling time per analyst. So what are the response times and counts for each individual analyst? This can also include more granularly handling time per stage. So are your analysts moving alerts in a timely manner across the common stages: queue, false positive, escalation, review, open cases, closed investigations, and remediation? Is one stage taking longer than the other? And this also helps inform another key business-oriented metric, which you should follow, and that's SLAs. Have you been meeting the SLAs that you jointly defined with the business? For the SOC to win executive support, it must align with business goals, including risk posture and compliance requirements. SLAs help provide supervised accountability and ensure that the SOC is adequately communicating with key departments, including compliance, legal, IT, and HR. And lastly, tracking the distribution and attribution of threat vectors and alerts is also imperative for any SOC. This is likely the most sophisticated of assessment options for the SOC, but how well you understand the details of a threat can be a strong indicator of the proficiency of your security operations. And it's no surprise that certain organizations will want to add this metric to their measurement repertoire. But bear in mind that threat attribution is complex and involves organizations using advanced threat intelligence and forensic evidence to determine the origin, motivations, and sponsors of attacks. By identifying this root cause analysis, this can further help you determine what needs to change in terms of people, process, or technology. For example, which best practice workflows and playbooks are you most commonly leveraging to handle, investigate, and respond to these incidents? And is there room for improvement? And now there are obviously plenty of other metrics you can track, including false positive rates, as mentioned, or even getting more granular, like false positive rates by technology, i.e. between your SIM, EDR, or other alert generating solutions, which are most accurate. But for the purposes of this webinar, we'll stick to these primary metrics that I shared. And in addition to what you should be measuring, Meir will go into how to measure them. So with that, let's now look at how SOAR and Simplified Business Intelligence can help inform these metrics. So just a quick background and primer on SOAR, what it is and how it works. Ultimately, SOAR is that single workbench and workstation for the security operations functions. It integrates with all of your existing security solutions, including SIM, EDR, NDR, threat intel, firewalls, you name it. And from there, it helps ingest alerts. And then specifically for Simplify, we have a patented threat-centric technology that correlates all of the related alerts into a single case management view. From there, you can execute playbooks, which help gather threat intelligence, can reference your Active Directory, and ultimately give you that additional context to make more informed investigations and decisions. You can also then respond and remediate still from within your platform, isolating a host, updating and whitelisting or blacklisting certain hashes and things of that nature. And then ultimately, what we're going to be talking about today is having all of this information inform analytics and machine learning and other processes. And specifically, the Simplify platform, we're the leading independent security operations solution. And you don't just have to take our word for it. We're the #1 rated SOAR platform on Gartner Peer Insights. We help service the Fortune 500 enterprises, as well as global MSSPs. And we, again, truly act as that single workbench for teams to operate their day-to-day out of. So with that quick primer on SOAR and Simplify, I'm actually going to turn things over to Meir to discuss new product features, including the Simplify Business Intelligence powered by Tableau.
Thank you, Chris. Hi, everyone. I'm very glad to be here and excited. So thank you very much for joining us today. So just we drill into the analytics, I just want to remind us all our new version that was just released for beta, Simplify 5.6. There's a long list of cool features that we provided with this version. I just took the tip of it to remind us all that we have the playbook simulator, and I encourage you to take a look into the previous webinar that me or my colleague did not long ago. The embedded BI reports that we are going to talk in few seconds. ThreatFuse. ThreatFuse is actually another story where Simplify joined forces with a market leader. This time it's Anomaly, a threat intelligence platform. This can provide you with threat intelligence, enrichment, contextual information, all ready to use within Simplify, and it's super cool, and we are very happy about it. We extended our marketplace with more offerings and options that we will see later. And again, a long list of very cool features, and I encourage you all guys, go and take a look, explore 5.6. It's a very, very nice and very, very practical version that can help you with many of the processing in the SOC. But today we are going to talk about the analytics and the BI. Chris, can you take the next slide, please? Thank you. Okay, so from this point, I'll skip the slides if you don't mind, and I'll go straight to the system. We have plenty to see. So let me just share my screen. Cool. Chris, can we see it?
Yep, looks great.
Okay. So this is our system. I'll start. I do want to start from the dashboard because sometimes it's a bit confusing. This is the dashboard as you know them today, or at least most of you know them today. It allows you to filter the information and create any widget that you want to monitor within your SOC, where it comes to data, of course, and the data that goes into Simplify. But this extensive and dynamic dashboards can show you actually the tactical information. It will help you to know what is actually going on right now or over the last hour, last day, last week. But sometimes it's not enough. You know, we want to learn, we want to measure, we want to improve our processes, and we believe that this is not the best retrospective picture that we can show you and allow you, and that's why we decided to take another step here, join forces with Tableau, again, one of the best tools that you can find for data analysis, and to create a new feature where you can see these advanced reports, these advanced BI reports. Simplify is actually a SOC management platform, and it gathers tons of operational data from your detection tools and all other tools that are integrated with the system. And this data can be measured, as Chris just explained us, and we can gain great valuable insight out of it. And from our side, since we are a SOC management platform, we want to allow you to get these insights by Simplify, by our system, as we found it as a crucial business intelligence information. And we would like to allow you to extend the analytics options and the retrospective views that you can see. And we actually want to help you to improve your security operations where it comes to the tools that you use, detection tools or management tools, whatever, the processes and policies that you use and your teams are following, and sometimes the skill set of the team. This data can help you to track and measure the teams and maybe to find out that you can do and take some steps to improve their skill set and improve the way that they work. So we partner as OEM with a leading vendor in the BI and data analytics, the Tableau system, as I mentioned. All the data is extracted and processed to these BI reports. And in addition to these reports, and I'm going to show you some of them right away, we also assigned a team within Simplify that their job is to create more and more reports as we go. So they will work with some of our customers and with some of our experts and people that are know one things or more about the SOC management, and together they will create those cool reports, and those reports are shared with you. They are available for use anytime, and we'll see it later as well. So let's take a look on the reports. The first report that I just picked from the list, you can see here, this is the list of reports that was imported from the Tableau server. For those who were familiar with the previous solution, so as you can see now, you don't have to go into this Tableau server and gain these reports or this information. Everything is available from within the platform, from Simplify. So it's called the MSSP monthly report, but you know, as they say, never judge the book by its cover. This is not just for MSSP, but any organization with subsidiaries or business units. Whenever your SOC has to deal with different units, different business units, or different organizations, small organizations, this report can be super beneficial. And let's take a look as example. It starts with this regions map where you can see all the attacks evolving, or at least all the alerts that were received by Simplify. And you can see exactly where most of the alerts are coming from geographically. This can, out of this, you can learn a lot about maybe there's an evolving attack on a specific site or a specific location, or maybe you just want to filter out the information on the rest of the report. All the report is full with a lot of information. Maybe you want to filter it just by marking one specific area from the map, and all the information down the report will be now filtered according to these regions, only according to these regions, and not the full picture. But you can also cancel it and take a wider look again. So this is one tool. If we go deeper, we can actually judge what are the most used product types. In this case, the type means threat intelligence tools, management tools, and of course, each one of them is divided for the previous month and the current month. I can see exactly the numbers for each one of them. And once I click, I can see the distribution on the other side where I can see the tools themselves. Okay, so if we click on threat intelligence, I will see the virus total, MSSP, X-Force, domain tools, etc. If I look on management, I will probably see the Slack, email, Twilio, and so many other tools. So first of all, you can see very clearly from this picture that you can measure and learn and what tools are actually in use and what tools brings much value to your SOC on your organization. And maybe in other cases, you can see tools that are not as valuable as you assumed, or maybe you don't use them correctly, or maybe the team doesn't know how to use it. So this information can actually show it. You can see very clearly tools that are being in use, in very extensive use, and tools that you see less and less traffic, and you can learn around it one thing or another about the tool or about the team, and maybe this is just an insight and a wake-up call for you to call and talk with your teams and better understand what is going on and why the value is not as high as you expect it to be. In other cases, if you're an MSSP and you're looking to upsell, you can see exactly what is going on with each of your customers on different areas and maybe learn about customers that you can provide additional tools, additional detections, additional um, uh, protections that are not in use currently, and you can convince them to use them as they can see other customers use it and get a lot of value out of them. One more thing that you can see in this report, it's the alert type ratio out of the long list of the full picture of alerts. So you can actually track each type of the alert. Okay, you can see what the situation is. In this case, I can see that I have a decrease with authentication issues, but there's a huge something is going on with the phishing alerts, and maybe I have to check it. Maybe I have to consider the tools that I use. Maybe I have to train my team. Maybe I have to look on another policy or process that I want to put in place. Something is going on, and this report can clearly tell you that you have to do something about it. If you take a look on this area, you can see that the time that it takes for each tier or each team to resolve the cases. And for here, for example, I can see very clearly that my tier 1 and tier 2 did some good work over the last several months. And the time that it takes for them to resolve cases got shorter and shorter from months to months. And this is good, and maybe we can learn a lot out of it, that we are doing the right things, and we are using the right tools, and they know exactly what is going on. But from the other side, I can see that my tier 3 resolve time, it just got longer and longer. And maybe I have to drill in and consider again what is going on here. Maybe the load that I took off the tier 1 and 2 now is back to tier 3, and I have to balance it in a way. Maybe the tools that are used, maybe I have to extend the team. I have to bring more people, working hands to the team. Again, these are insights that can help you to measure and learn better about your team activities. So this is one of the reports. Let's take a look on another one. Let's take the customer report. Again, this is a tool that our team built together with one of our customers who were willing to share information. It's a service provider that was willing to share information with his customers, so he can actually filter this report according to any customer, and then share this information share this report with the customer, and we will also see it in a minute. So I can see the number of open cases, alerts, how many cases were handled out of the open cases, how many were signed as important, and how many were raised to become incidents. In this case, it looks good. Sorry. You can put the executive summary to make sure that you summarize all the important stuff into a very short text for those who don't have the time to drill into the numbers. But I think this is the most nicest piece of it. You can see the distribution of the cases by priority. You can see the distribution of the cases by stage. and you can actually see if you can actually convince or explain your customer the great value that they get out of your service. And if I'll take a look lower, we can actually see the SLA, and the SLA, the meeting SLA ratio according to the alert types. And again, everything here is clickable. Everything here can be measured and learned. For example, if I want to better understand what is going on with the phishing and why I have this this number, I can click it and go and look for the information. Unfortunately, this is a testing environment, so not much information, but you can definitely see that in case of phishing, you can see that most of the SLA that I missed was because of triaging, long triaging process. And maybe I can go again and check with the team why it takes so long, why we can't meet the SLA where it comes to triaging phishing attempts, and gain some improvements and optimization of the processes and tools around it. Of course, that you can measure this month by month or week by week and make sure that you achieve the expected results. Let's move on. So in this case, we can see two more important graphs. This one will tell you all about the alerts trends according to their type. I can see where I do a better job and when I do just a good job. But in some cases, I might see that I'm doing a very bad job and I have to fix or correct my policies, my processes, or maybe I have to put some more put some more minds into it and see how I can solve this kind of alerts faster and better. And I can see the number of false positive and rates versus the handling time. So again, these are just samples. There are plenty of reports. All of them, by the way, can be shared. We have this dedicated sharing dialogue where you can decide whether you want to share it with any specific customer or all customers. Do you want to include view-only users? That means that you can actually allow them to view these reports from the Simplify system. I mean, users with view-only um, um, licenses can still see these reports. This is one thing. Another one is the ability to download those reports. So you can actually select the required format. You can download this as an image, PDF, PowerPoint, whatever you would like to do. And of course, once it was downloaded, you can share it with anyone within the organization or customer or anyone that would find it relevant. And you can also edit those reports. When you try to edit the report, it will take you to the Tableau server because, again, in order to edit the report, you need to use the Tableau tools, but the system will take you right away there. You don't have to, find your way and battle it all the way to the Tableau. Everything is clickable and you'll get it right away. Yeah, so another thing that I would like to show you is if we go to the marketplace. So in addition to the, okay, okay, here we are. So with 5.6, with the new version, in addition to the integrations and the use cases that you met during 2020, with 5.6, we come up with two new options under the marketplace. The first one is the Power Apps. These are actually tools that our development team, or actually our playbook implementation teams, professional services, found very crucial in the playbook development processes. And by the way, not just the playbook development, but any other activity with the system. So they decided to share it with our customers as well. So here you can find a lot of cool features, applications and tools to better process the information within Simplify. And the analytics, this is the one that I wanted to get into. Here you can actually find all of those reports that our team created, sometimes by our experts, sometimes with customers, and everything is here ready for use. You can just click the download and it will be installed and it's there. I mean, you can start use it right away. Okay. So that's the tool. Let's talk about the community. In this case, so as I showed you, you can we share the advanced reports, the BI analytics reports with our customers, but you can also see some community members sharing reports among them. And in some cases, they will also share the reports with us and we will upload it to the marketplace. So this is the power of the community where, you know, if someone did an effort to bring up a cool feature or a cool playbook use case, or in this case, analytics report, now you can also find them in our marketplace available for everyone as well. Yeah, we just talked about the marketplace and the new reports. A few words about the deployment considerations. So for on-premise or private host customers, you need a dedicated Tableau servers. It's a standard Linux server. For SaaS customers, Simplify will provide it as part of the package. You don't have to handle it. This is part of the great stuff and great miracle of the SaaS. And I think it's a great opportunity to remind you all that Simplify as a SaaS platform, a fully SaaS solution for our customers. And we encourage you to explore it and use it. And in this case, you can see that as part of it, you don't have to mess up with the Simplify server and you don't have to mess up with the Tableau server. You will get it from us. Everything will be ready to use and you don't have to handle it. One point to remind all of us that the BI reports, the analytic reports are according to a dedicated license. It requires a dedicated license. So if you wish to explore it and use it, you should, first of all, you can go to our Simplify Help Center and read more about it, see everything about it, and learn a lot about it. And you can also contact our customer success team and the relevant representative with you as a customer, and they would be happy to assist you with getting your license to use our analytics reports. Yeah, Chris?
Awesome. Thank you, Mayor, for that in-depth demonstration within the platform. As mentioned, we'll start a Q&A now. So feel free to use the control panel at the bottom of your screen to ask those questions. But I'll jump right into some questions that were already asked. Someone would like to know the first monthly geographic report that you showed within the platform. Is that only limited to the US, which was what was displayed on your screen, or can that be shown worldwide?
No, this is a good question. So no, it's relevant for any customer anywhere around the globe. It was just a sample that we have made to show you and demonstrate the power of this very cool widget. But you can use it anywhere.
Awesome. Furthermore, if we're already using Tableau, do they still need to go through Simplify to get these reports?
No. Again, if you use Tableau in a previous version of Simplify, I'm not sure I follow the question. If you mean that you use Tableau with Simplify on a previous version like 5.5.3 or 5.5? So the answer is no, you don't have to go there. You can use it straight from Simplify, but you can still use the Tableau tools. If you are not Simplify, I mean, if you use Tableau not for Simplify but other things, yeah, definitely you can continue and use it for our reports.
Thanks. Someone would also like to know, for the out-of-box reports that you showed, are you able to edit or customize them?
Yes, all of the reports that we provide are customizable. Again, we come with the knowledge, we come with the experience that we gain, but we understand that our customers sometimes they have their own needs and their own customizations that they have to take. So we allow it. I think that I also showed it. You just click the edit and it will take you into the Tableau tools where you can edit the reports, you can add information, you can change the order, you can do whatever you want. You can also create a new report out of the existing. So the answer is yes.
Cool. Thank you. And a follow-up question, they'd like to know, is there a limit to the number of reports that you can create?
No, I'm not. No, there is no. One thing I want to mention is that you know that if you have many reports, like hundreds or whatever, this can bring into some this can challenge the system. So be aware of having too many reports, then that can put a lot of volume on the system and maybe slow it down. That's it.
Okay. One more quick question. All of the new features that you mentioned that are available in 5.6, when is that GA?
Okay, 5.6, as I said, was out for beta on early January, and we intend to continue this beta for the next months or so. So I assume that towards the end of March, it will be available as GA for customers, and we are really excited around it because it's a huge and a great version. Chris, if I may, I just want to go back to the previous question because I just thought about something. The question about the limitation for the number of reports. So again, there is no limitation for the number of the reports, but there is limitation for the number of customers. I mean, it's not a technical limitation, it's a license limitation. So you can actually connect some of your customers to those reports, and you can, of course, that you connect all of them, but it comes with a dedicated license per awesome. Customer.
Thank you for clarifying. So I think actually with that, we're going to wrap up the Q&A for today. So quickly, before we wrap up, I did want to just quickly mention the community, which Meir also mentioned. So if you did like what you saw today, if you do want to get your hands on the platform yourself and test things out and see what you're capable of doing, we do have a free community edition that again comes with ready to deploy use cases and integrations, connectors, you name it. You can build playbooks, integrate your existing security solutions, ingest real alerts. And then on top of the literal platform, by joining our community, you also get access to a private Slack channel that's full of both Simplify experts and greater security operations experts that can help provide additional assistance, value, you name it. So you get access to that as well. So with that, I'd like to thank everyone once again for joining us today. We sincerely appreciate it. If you have any more questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. And I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their day.
Thank you, everyone.